Okay, as I have been saying, I got these books right here that's been around like forever, especially in my family. These copies are my husband's grandma's copies. I had a copy. I think I don't know what happened. Time took ours, but these were my husband's grandma's copies. And I'm reading the Bible story, and this is volume 1 by author S. Maxwell, and I am reading chapter 1, Stories of Creation, and we're going to start. Alright, this is what the page looks like. Nice, pretty painting. And the painting caption has, "This is a wonderful world, full of interesting things. How we should like to know how things began. The trees, the and flowers, the wind, winding streams, and the happy birds." And like I mentioned, I kind of in school I was really a bad reader out loud, so it wasn't very good, mainly because my eyesight was bad. And the reason why I have the ruler is to help me read it better. Okay, now chapter 1, story 1. Back to the beginning. Have you ever wondered how everything in the world began? I suppose so. Most boys and girls do sometime or another. Those beautiful flowers in your garden, for instance. Sweet peas, snapdragons, asters, hollylocks. Not hemlocks. Hemlocks is bad. Hollylocks, pansies. Where did they come from? Seeds, you say. True, but whence come the seeds? From other flowers, of course, and those flowers from still other seeds, and so on back to where? There's your dog. Where did he come from? He, I got him. We got him as a puppy, you say, and he had a very fine pedigree. So means that know your father's name. You might, and maybe your grandfather, but how about before that? One thing, one thing you can be very sure of: your dog's grandfather was once a puppy too, and he had a father, and and now I got right, had a grandfather, and so on and back to when? Then there's that rooster in your neighbor's yard that crows all the time. Where did he come from? Roosters. We don't have very many roosters around here, especially in the city. An egg, you say. Right, but a hen lays that egg, didn't she? To be sure she did, and she came from an egg herself not so long ago. And that egg was laid by another hen, and so on back to what? Then there's yourself. Where did you come from? Ah, you say, Mother brought me home from the hospital. I suppose she did, but Mother with a little baby once herself, wasn't she? And so was her mother, and her grandmother, and her great grandmother, and so on back to back to who? Well, it says whom, but who sounds better. Think of the mountains too, and the wooden hills, the flowing rivers, and the sands on the seashore, all wonderful things of nature. Where did they come? Were they always here, just as you see them now? Or did they have a beginning? And if so, when and how? Many great men have tried to explain these things, it says. But I like cutting things. That's another reason why I had trouble and why most of my teachers wouldn't let me read. I kind of cut the sentence because it makes more sense when I asked it. Okay, let me get back. And they have to come up with all sorts of strange ideas and suggestions. Most of them are far from the truth. There is one place where you will find the true story, and it is in the Bible. If you will open this wonderful book, you will find the very first part is called Genesis, meaning the book of beginning. Here you will find the answers to all your questions. And it goes to another page. And that reminds me of a little girl I know. Once I asked her which chapter in the Bible she liked the best. I thought she would say the 23rd of Psalms, the one that begins, "The Lord is my shepherd." But no, she said the first chapter of Matthew. Most folks don't know it, but Matthew was a disciple. And if you watch The Chosen, Matthew's the one that looks like he has autism on there, or in the autism spectrum, and he was the tax collector. This is for those who like to get involved in old movies and stuff, which or genres I like to. Okay, let me get back. I suppose you like it because it tells how Jesus was born, I said. Oh no, she said. I like it because it is all about begats. The what? I said. The begats, she said. So I opened my Bible and turned to Matthew 1. And there it is. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas, and so on and so on. I added extra so on. I asked her if she knew what it meant, and she said no, but I do like the begats. So I told her the meaning, that Abraham had a little boy, and Isaac had a little boy, and Jacob had a little boy, and so on. But I think she still looked at the begats best. Then I told her to put another. Then I told her that, put another way around it, it would read, and Jacob had a daddy, and Isaac had a daddy, and Abraham had a daddy, and so on. She liked that better, but wondered how far back the story goes. And I told her that what Luke says about it. In his 3rd chapter, verse 34, Luke picks up the story at Abraham and carries it back further and further and further. It does have 3 furthers. He tells us that Abraham was the son of Terah, which was the son of Nahor. Nahor, which was the son of Sarach, Sarach, and so on. And then uh, it does have illustrations on this page of the long reading. Okay, and then we go to the next page. Such strange names, but they are real. They were names of real boys in long, long ago. Then, having told us the name of Abraham's great grandpa and great great grandpa, and so on, Luke said that Enos was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which, how wonderful, very, very wonderful, was the son of God. And the story ends. Okay, there the story ends. And it ends where it ends there, but it doesn't go any further. It goes clearly back to God and then stops. And that's where we go back to. And Daddy and Mama and everybody, Daddy and Mama, and everybody's Daddy and Mama, everybody's Papa and Grandma, everybody's great grandpa and great grandma. These all go back the years across the centuries to God. Not to a monkey, not to a tadpole in the sea, but to a great and glorious God who made the world and Adam and that's exactly what we read in the first words in the first chapter of the Bible. In the beginning, God. Uh, this right here, if you didn't understand, is that this little paragraph right here says, not a monkey, not a tadpole in the sea. These refer to uh, Darwinism, and I don't know what the tadpole in the sea was, but enough about the stuff I remember, and but this is just to explain that little bit right there. Okay, I'll see you in a bit.